Gracias. Gracias. Sí. Bedankt.
Hello, Isaac, everyone.
Hi, bedankt.
Uh, mm, Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's good to speak about it, but the last days or so I had to be again in the hospital and all this. But something comes into view, like a whole package of how patterns play, how, like my whole family or history, how what they dealt with hospital sickness. It's a whole package, a layer, like one has engagement with a relationship or work or something. There is something, a whole picture of, you understand it.
Yes, I get
And
it.
slowly, since yesterday or so, a distance comes and I can see there's a whole bunch of strange habits or beliefs, concepts, just this, so just, and I wonder so much to learn again and again, or to see, or what can be freed suddenly, something like this. Yeah, so, and beautiful to sit just silently with this. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Dankeschön.
Yes. Kumanjali? Swaha.
Hello.
Hi.
I have an issue to investigate, but I think it's good to be silent first. There might be a hidden agenda to get rid of it and to not like it. And it is the issue. I would call it rage. I want to scream. I want to roar. And it sits in my kidneys at the moment. And it's like, why? It's a big stop. And I can see how often I have this mantra: I should be flexible, I should be nice, to not disturb anyone. For example, because I don't have my own house, I have this, like this, and it's kind of sitting in my body, and the same to this, all this madness. I would like to. It feels like I I want to be born and scream. Ah, and it is hurting in my kidney somehow. Like,
Nothing wrong with rage.
I like to hear that. It feels like I get all these punches and I swallow it, somehow. Or this I do. It's like,
Old habits.
and the fear, if I don't do it, I will have severe consequences in pattern. And it's really hurting in my knees. Knees in my kidneys. It's like the kidneys make like.
Yeah. It's good that you're in touch with the rage.
There's this sentence of Papaji, wake up and roar, like I have it with this. And also it feels actually it feels kind of mighty orgasmic too, somehow. Mm.
Yes, it's like that fine line between suppressing it and expressing it, and just being present to it. It came, and then it's interesting to really, really watch it, because all the emotions are literally simply a movement away from sensation. So usually like this moment is a sensation, but it always gets interpreted through our conditioning and our trauma. And that's not personal, that's just generic, you could say. So, and then we'll have a perception, and the perception will always, want to make it about something and because of something or whatever. But all we know is there's a movement away. And what rage is about is trying to get something to be different, wanting something to be different, trying to supply the energy for it to be different. Nothing right about it, nothing wrong with it, it's just a scream. Fire, yeah? Wanting your circumstances to be different, the world to be different, other people to be different, yourself to be different, something. And really, like, it has to be different now. That's what it is, yeah? It's not wrong, it's not bad. It's just energy, it's just a movement that happens. Usually not allowed or usually suppressed. Just feeling the energy of that rage. Just tuning into it, feeling it's okay. But watching that the mind doesn't justify it or rationalize it, just really tune in. What is it? Yeah? It's an energy. It's like a volcano. Just being giving it space, you know. It's like it's okay. Just watching. Yeah, something wants to make it mean something about you, or wants to get rid of it, or wants to understand it. It's just energy.
It moved out of the kidneys into the back up, and I feel now more straight like a tree. This body, and also my mind is quiet.
More quiet, yeah. You know, that's the thing is when there's something powerful like that comes, that our thinking wants to try and find a reason for it or put it on something, but the moment it does that, then we're caught in it. It's like it wants to put it on something, and then we're a victim of that. But it's just energy moving, yeah, that's all it is. It's just movement. Automatic, unconscious movement. Nobody does it.
Belly gets softer and more breathing as possible, more
Yeah.
happening. No, it's turning totally into joy. This is crazy. Mhm. Mhm.
Mm. Michael.
Hey. Hmm. So, I don't know if you know, but there was like war in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm aware.
and I have this kind of experience, which is already kind of familiar. Well, I can be connected to the pain, but it's like the peace is even stronger.
Mm.
Um, I'm also not there, um, so it feels like, I know it's not a contradiction. It feels a bit like a contradiction to some belief system.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
happened to me many
Big
times.
opportunity not to identify with anything,
Yeah.
It's like, there's a saying from Ramana that I love. He says, when your teeth bite your tongue, who's to blame? There's pain, of course there's pain. Is it the teeth's fault? Is it the tongue's fault? Is it your fault? The teeth bite the tongue. Happens.
Yeah, so I basically just trying to be aware that I'm also not using that peace, and because inwardly I feel very peaceful, so outwardly my environment here is in Portugal is completely the opposite. It's very peaceful, and
Exactly.
serene, and I'm just trying to be mindful not to use it also not to avoid feeling the pain, that is there. Not the story of
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like there's yeah, what can we say? Like a bunch of opinions and judgments and perspectives that are playing out. And at the same time, there's a number of people that all they want to do is live peacefully together. They, and yet there's all this, agitation and, you know, it's the human drama at its finest. And it's like, who's to blame? Is it the Israelis? Is it the Palestinians? Is it the, you can try and put it somewhere, but all it is just patterns playing with patterns. And it's terrible. People getting hurt, people getting killed. And yet, you look at it and you go, okay, this is a life drama that's been going on forever. It's not only the Israeli, I mean, our human history is one invasion after another, fighting for God, fighting for this, fighting for that, yeah? And
yeah,
what's the root of that? What's the root of that? Pain. And trying to get away from it.
yeah. I feel there is so much.
Ignorance.
I feel there is collectively so much pain now that it's really hard not to kind of feel it because it's like, mostly, at least in my kind of, Facebook or whatever, it's not really about opinions. It's just like facts of people getting hurt, basically, and people that know
Yeah.
people
Yes. And
and
that's
kids
happening,
and
and that's happening on a daily basis in so many different ways. Our whole system, there's people having to work 18 hours a day just to get enough food to feed their children. I mean, there's poverty. You just look at the world. It sucks. And then we get aware of something going on somewhere. But I tell you, it's happening all over. Ukraine, Russia, geez. Pirates. I mean, just this is the human condition. Yeah? So the important thing is, what are you here for?
yeah, this is
And
kind
this is
of,
not bypassing anything. This is just, what are you here for? Just really look deeply.
it's like I feel I'm here to be, an extension of what we're talking about, basically.
Exactly, exactly. And once that's clear, look, you can just see there's this craziness going on both sides, and there's also beautiful people involved that actually just want peace. But like, people get riled up, they get emotional, then they want to kill. And here and there's someone that just wants to be at peace. It doesn't want to engage in that drama. It's not that they don't feel it. It's not that they don't understand. Of course they know it in themselves. But they just have another interest, that's all.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, it comes to this point where like the mind cannot digest also like the horror, or the darkness of
Mm.
when you go into what's happening with specific people or whatever, being kidnapped or things like that, and
How do you remain as love? Feeling the people that are being kidnapped, feeling the kidnappers. Because for sure we know the feeling, or we can project into the sense of being kidnapped, and we can also be the kidnappers. We know both sides. And we know what our interest is, just to meet everything.
brings this like human desire to connect, very deeply.
Yeah, stay with that. And recognize that you are connected with everything. You are everything. It's all appearing in you. All of it. You don't even have to connect with it. It's in you already. In awareness, yeah?
And at the same time, this kind of feeling of privilege, just to have a peaceful, safe life. My daughter is here, my family is here, even my parents are here. Um, mm, thank you.
Doesn't mean you're disconnected. You feel everybody and everything. No? Watch it where you start to identify with one side or another, and then there's a division in you.
I never had that kind of, well, maybe I'm
We
trying to
all
stay
have,
away
man.
also.
We all have.
You mean
It's
like
like,
the opinion or the... Oh,
you know, just having ideas, any idea. They right, they wrong. They good, they bad. Anything. It's a split, yeah?
yeah.
It's a good opportunity just to watch where that's what happen, wants to happen. Somewhere our thinking wants to polarize, wants to. Compassion just means to feel with So to feel with all the people that are afraid, the people that are angry, the people that are terrified, the people that are, in their view, fighting for their freedom. It's like,
Mm. Yeah.
how to be in the world but not of the world, just seeing it. It's a dream and it's a nightmare, actually. But it's also beautiful. My God, it's everything.
Mm. Yeah, it's the ability to see that it's like not just one, but it's like everything. Because the mind wants to say it's this, no, it's this. No. Now it's beautiful, so it's
Yes.
beautiful. Now it's horrible, so it's horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Just labels, just thoughts, actually. Yeah, thanks for bringing this.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Funny.
Hi.
Ah, Govinda.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Govinda. Anything you want to speak?
Yes, maybe I have a question or an issue here regarding responsibility. I cannot really formulate a question. It's quite confusing for me right now.
No problem. Easy. Just ask yourself, who is it that would have the responsibility?
I don't know. I don't know. Can't find someone.
Exactly. You can find an idea
Yeah,
of responsibility and whatever that means,
yeah.
but you can't find the one that would have it.
And somehow there's the idea I need to take responsibility for my life in a way. I'm not mature. I'm living childish patterns or whatever, and I need to take responsibility for that and for my life. This idea is going on here, you know.
Okay. So that idea, does it bring peace and love and beauty, or
Uh, it's in a way better than the victim role, you know. Like I can't,
yes?
yeah,
Then find out who's the victim.
yeah. It's also a concept,
Yeah, it's a concept. That's all.
same as responsibility, but responsibility is less painful, maybe. But still,
Just if it's possible, have an interest in being who you already are. That which is beyond all these concepts, all these
yeah, yeah.
constructs,
So
and then live as peace.
yeah,
The patterns at play, if they're not fed by thinking they need to be different or you need to change them or fix them, you just look at them, you just see them. You don't pretend they're not there. You see them, but you're not getting involved in them. You see. Okay, look, this is conditioning or old trauma, or we don't even know from how many generations back. You don't ignore them, but you don't go with them. You just see them. Okay, yes, there's patterns that are playing that if it was up to you, they would not be there. And so you just gently with them and let them. What is this? How's this? How does this play here like this? It's not in my best interest or anybody's best interest. So you're not playing with them to get rid of them or to change them. You're just seeing.
yeah,
Just how do they function? Yeah. Gently, honoring, not taking them personal.
yeah. Thanks, Isaac.
Thanks, Karinda. Yeah. Maria. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Isaac. It's so good to hear it again and again.
Thank you. Thank you. Ah,
Hi.
hey.
Since you talked with Michael, I heard you saying be somehow like be aware of polarizing thoughts or something like this, and or how thoughts creating split.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting with that. And it creates a kind of helplessness here. So like when I see what's happening, and you also were saying like, the the world sucks somehow. So
Yeah, it's like you look, we've got a monetary system that completely is it's terrible. Most people on the planet suffer behind it.
yeah, so this thought also I know very well, yeah, and
Yeah. I mean, that's not
that,
even a
that,
thought. That's just seeing it like it is. It
is
is
that
like that.
splitting? Do you mean that with
No,
polarizing? Oh,
no. If it went in the direction of that it's wrong or bad, when how can I say it? You see something happening, and you just see it. That's what's happening. This is just what's happening.
yes.
Where it gets
So,
into a split is where it goes into right and wrong and good and bad.
yes.
We
Get
don't know. We don't know what this is good for. We don't know.
yes,
It causes a lot of people to wake up.
yes.
Causes a lot of people to, and there are people that are busy with, generating a more friendly system, and like all inventions come from, somebody looking and saying, "Wow, there's a better way," or something like this. So.
Yeah, because what I notice is the thoughts are coming up about the financial system or the economic system or the health system or all the
Or
systems
the
here.
political system or
Uh,
whatever, it's
It
just
just
like,
come up the thoughts, and I think, wow, I don't like it somehow. That's underneath it somehow.
well, it's painful. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like the moment you become aware of it, and you see, look, okay, this is, in my view, we can see it that we're actually in World War III at the moment. It is, there's just so much going on.
mm,
And at the same time, peace and love is not dependent on circumstance.
that's
That
true.
much I absolutely know.
Yes,
And so
that,
from that deep knowing, it's like, okay, moment to moment, just watching where some movement wants to happen, that wants to go into take a position, that wants to move into right or wrong, or good or bad, or something, and just watching those movements, because they're generic. They don't belong to any particular person. They just play in all of us and show up as suffering, basically. So as we notice what's happening in consciousness, it actually benefits the field, all beings. So this love affair is not for anybody's benefit or to get anywhere. It's just this great intelligence using these expressions of itself to refine itself, to shift its vibration. Yeah. So, and we can notice when somewhere how our system is moving, kind of adds to the freak out or kind of invites it to peace. Just like by what we're being. And that's how it seems to me. And it's just very fine discernment. It's so easy to get into right, wrong, good, bad, they did this, there's something wrong with me. All those movements, but they're all the same. Basically, they're just a movement appearing in something that we can't even begin to describe. And they're not real.
Yes. Yeah, great that you inspire us all again and again to rest as peace, and that's it actually. And in that, there's a lot of beauty to find here. I just
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, when you had the talk with Govinda, I noticed also a nice phenomenon. What comes often to me in the talks I have with people, that this recognition that what I am is just here and doesn't do anything is interpreted. It can't do anything, and then it's feels like victim,
Mhm.
which is also that somehow this imprintment from society that we have to do something, yeah, we have to act, to take responsibility, to be the guides of our life, and but actually the opposite is happening for me, at least, when I know, or when attention is on what I am, it feels like I don't have to do anything. It's just
and there is no one to do anything.
yes, yeah. Doing happens, yeah? So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Andy.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Emmy.
would like to speak something. When I'm sitting with you, there's so much happening in the system, so many sensations happening. Feels like a big residue, whatever. And it has been very helpful what you last time said to me. Like I described something like a big lump or a big stone, impenetrable. But you just look at the different strands, at the different nuances. And I've been doing that now, and it makes it much easier to get contact with what is the sensations that are there. They're not like a big lump then anymore, but just like all different things that are getting seen and are not all at once, but one by one. And last night, something triggered the sensation, or it is an emotion, triggered fear. And something didn't want to deal with it at all because it's very uncomfortable. So that was nice, first of all, to notice that there is really a resistance to feel it, and then gradually more sensations became felt, and what it ended up with last night, because then I decided it's enough, I want to sleep. It's like before I went to sleep, actually, of course, it's all kind of, how to describe it? It's like my arms and legs and everything was shut off of feeling, and like there was only a core that's how I understood it needed to be preserved, something like that. It was like there was no energy going anywhere, but just that to be held. And I realized that happens regular when an emotion gets too much. It kind of cramps together. But now it was very clear. It was very visible. It was, in my experience, very existential. But I was grateful for the layers and to be so clear. And it makes, or not it makes, I don't know what happens, but during the whole meeting, it's a coming of going of sensations. And I don't know. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks. That's right.
Sorry. Yeah. Love to rest with you in a few minutes.
Next question.
Thank you, Isaac. I'm sorry for the background. I realized it.
No problem. Oh, your turn. Your turn.
It's like saying thank you for the invitation again and again. So easy that the mind prefers one scenario over the other. It's beautiful to just have this invitation again and again. Thank you.
Oh, love, peace, beauty. Thanks, your turn. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you, Bettina, for hosting.